I define recovery as reconnection. Connection with oneself, connection with important relationships, and connection with the community. I think we should call it mental alienation and try to pull these people who've been so disconnected, stigmatized, diagnosed back into the human community.
Knowing that there's another person next to you can be very grounding and very helpful to know that you can turn around and see that that person is still there. That is so, so important in terms of the shift that one needs as a child, but it's also true for an adult. Is that person going to be there no matter what? And that piece is really critical in helping a person to not fly away into their field of delusions, psychoses, whatever it is.
And what she was, I realized through that connection with her, she was helping me get my mind off of that anxious spiraling, that was just on this trajectory of it's going to get worse and you're going to have a panic attack and then you're going to be exhausted after, and this is the cycle. But when you can reach back to people who understand you, if there are people you feel safe with, people that they'd say, oh, it's okay, I got you. I've seen you through so much, and we're here, and I've got you today. It's okay, That's such a gift.
Every day, whether or not you have a mental health challenge, you need to awaken into a world that you know needs you. You need to be able to finish that day knowing that you have contributed. So no matter how ill or how stuck or how diseased you are, you need to get up knowing that you can help. So part of our program, we operate a farm, so organic gardens, wood shop, farming with animals. You go off and do community service. You also help in the kitchen. You are contributing to the life that you're a part of. And no matter what age we are, we need to do that in order to have a fulfilled life.
When this kind of human connection is embraced as central to mental and emotional well-being, it can begin to change how we look at problems in an interesting way.
I've become really interested in the effects of trauma on the psyche. Not only physical trauma, but primarily what we're calling now betrayal. People who've been betrayed by people who are supposed to take care of them. When people have been traumatized by sexual abuse or even parental abandonment, they get disconnected from themselves, they get disconnected from others. And so they're not safe, they don't feel safe in relationship. And so many of the things that we see as symptoms are really just what in one school of thought is called strategies of disconnection.
A lot of times we think we are alone. And one of the most lovely things I've found on my path is that there are many of us out there. People who suffer just as we do from anxiety, from depression, from eating disorders. But to find friends out there that say, hey, you're not alone, And to find the help that you need, the people that can help you work through that process. We can't do it alone.
Some health professionals have started to experiment with what constant companionship alone can mean for struggling individuals.
When a kid is in crisis, they're basically in what we call a shadow program, meaning that there's an adult with them all the time, including when they are sleeping in the evening, they're kept in a communal setting, not placed in their bedroom. And so no matter where the child is going throughout the day, be it at lunch, breakfast, school, activities, there's literally a staff person next to them all the time. And so the idea would be the same in a home setting, that you, in essence, work on making sure the child's never left alone and knows that they're being taken care of all the time. I have a young man right now who is being maintained at home, clearly looking at some borderline features of schizophreniform, schizophrenic type picture. But the mom's been able to take time off of work, is making sure that he's sleeping enough, is making sure that he gets adequate meals, and is just staying with him. She's making a huge difference for him.
And there's nothing more therapeutic than that, being seen and being heard, having that sense of connection and belonging with each other. Dan Siegel talks about the attunement circuitry, the resonance circuitry in the brain. Part of the attachment relationship between a parent and a child happens because they spend significant time being with each other, giving each other really clear attention. So that develops parts of the brain, and it develops a certain set of skills.
There's a sense that we're always being driven by some kind of subtle agenda on some level. We either want someone to do something or we want them not to do something. And this is particularly true with youth. I mean, you hear this like, we either have checked out parents or we have helicopter parents, but it's either, there's always some sense of, what are you doing now? Is it productive? This regimentation of the way we actually have human relationships. Can you just put that all down for a period of time, let's just say every day, doesn't have to be for 2 hours, and just really see what else happens.
Let's go take a walk together. Let's go play a game of Monopoly together. Let's do something different. The point is that we're going to be together with each other, and we're going to be attuning with each other.
It can just be sitting on the couch, you get a short moment of awareness, you're both looking at something beautiful, he says something about school, there's a pause, you just appreciate him or her. You don't add anything extra in. You're just completely there, completely yourself, completely available to connect with your child. It sounds simple, but how many of us are doing that?
Being with them, whatever's happening, they're going to see, oh, I'm being tuned into, I'm being seen, and I'm being heard, I'm being listened to. I'm liking this, I'm going to show up for this.
They understand that there will always be someone there no matter what's going on, and they begin to trust that that person, a human being, will be there for them.
A variety of health professionals, of course, can be an important part of the support picture. The take-home message of this lesson, again, is that these kinds of powerful and healing connections are also something any family can cultivate. As illustrated by this final story, the impact of even one heartfelt connection with one friend or family member can be surprising. So maybe friends and family can offer something after all. For those who need help in your own circle of friends and family, there's so much that you and others can offer. So give it a try and let us know how it goes. In the next session, we'll take another look at recovery itself, exploring what exactly that means after all.